Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Sakura Dungeon. Last time we took on the Tiger Girl and were quite successful in defeating her. Alright. So, we made it down to the next floor, and we have an event in front of us. Let's see what we got. Siri looks around at the walls. I've never seen an architecture like this before, she says. Does it look familiar to you, Yomi? She asks. Very much so, Yomi says. I designated this entire floor using the architecture from my homeland, she says. Excuse me. Humans there love building their homes in this style. I started thinking about home and grew a bit nostalgic. So I decided to refurbish a few floors in this style. Being sentimental like this is a waste of time, says the Bunny Witch. We have to keep going if we wish to destroy the Dungeon Lord. Sometimes, says Yomi, the journey is just as important as the destination. Sadly, says the cat girl, the dungeon is pretty much the only place that I remember. Perhaps you'd like to consider the dungeon as your home, then, asks Yomi. Nah, the town above is the most hospitable place that I've ever known, says the cat girl. Even more so than this dungeon. So I think I'll consider that town my new home instead. The foxes appear to be a bit sad. Oh, says the fox tamer, are all y'all homesick? Perhaps we could pay a visit to the forests that were once your home, she asks. I don't think I have another home, says the mud girl. Maybe I've spent too long in this dungeon. I'm sure we can find you one, says Yomi. I do not ever remember seeing this before, says Sylve. I believe the last time you visited, said Yomi, was before I began construction on the lower floors. That really takes me back, she says. You would have only been very little back then. Yes, says Sylve. I had wanted to visit you all of the time, but my parents insisted that I stay home to study. Well, says Siri, memories aside, but don't you think this architecture is highly impractical? She asks. These walls are made of paper. These walls are made of paper of all things, she says. Imagine if a fire started in here. Siri taps one of the walls with her finger, making it go clean through it. Stop touching the walls, Yomi says quickly. Sorry, you get my point, don't you, though, asks Siri. I don't care how impractical it is, says Yomi. To me, these walls remind me of home. So practicality be damned. Each is to their own, says Siri. I would rather have great stone walls protecting me, though, she says. It's hard for me to sleep in places where I don't feel safe. It's like that for me too, says Sylve. Since I am outside the Elven metropolis, the walls of the inn feel so empty, she says. I cannot bring myself to open a window out of fear. Oops. Alright. The door is locked from the other side. Let's do a little bit of exploring. Okay, it's just a wall. Hopefully we find... I'm hoping we find a freaking warp pad. That's what I'm thinking of. Because to have to walk all the way back down here would be quite annoying. Alright. Make our way through these girls right here. I should probably use a health potion on the cat girl if I can manage. Alright, boar girl shouldn't be much to take out. Oof, took out the cat girl though. That's disappointing. Alright, please tell me this is what I think it is. Yes! Thank goodness. Alright, let's warp back real quick. Talk to Isabel. Yeah. Wait a minute. I think we might have clothing fragments, but we'll save that till the end. Entrance to level 11. That's what floor we're on. Alright, let's do some poking around. Pausing suddenly, Siri looks around. I feel like we're being watched, says Siri. Excuse me. One of the foxes making alarming yips at its paw as it paws at the tamer's leg. What's that? Says the fox tamer. You sense an enemy nearby? Yeah, stupid chair. Judging by her already extended claws and swishing tail, the cat girl looks ready for a fight. Her ears are swiveling around her head, searching for movement. So you can sense the danger near as well, asked the cat girl. I'm impressed that a human of all things can sense when an enemy is nearby, says the bunny witch. As the bunny witch speaks, she remains focused on her surroundings, her wand already emitting smoke. Why didn't you say something earlier? Asked Siri. Now is not the time to bicker, human, says the bunny witch. And then an arrow shoots from down the hallway. Heads up, knight, says the bunny witch. Siri's face goes pale as the arrow barely misses her head. Shame you can't react all that quickly, says the bunny witch. Give me a break, Siri says. However, before Siri can finish speaking, the bunny witch has cast a spell. The halls suddenly feel windy. A strong wind what the hell? Why is her sprite over there? The strong winds deflect an arrow that was headed for the bunny witch. Okay, that was weird. Alright, target practice has ended, says the bunny witch. The bunny witch casts a fireball towards the shadows ahead. It forces our assailant out from the underneath them. Ooh, a fox archer. Jeez, says the fox archer. Must you lob fireballs at every stranger that you meet? She asked. As a matter of fact, says the bunny witch, yes, I would. Especially when they shoot arrows in my direction. I almost nailed you with that shot, said the fox archer. But it seems you're going to be a problem to deal with, bunny witch. Missing your mark will soon be among the least of your worries, says the bunny witch. Least of your worries, fox archer, says the bunny witch. Archers, Siri says. I've never liked archers, she says. That's rather rude of you to say, says the fox archer. It's rude of you to aim an arrow at someone's head, too, Siri retorts, angrily. For once, I have to agree with the knight, says the bunny witch. So, she continues, let me introduce you to another thing that's rude to aim towards someone else's head. Oh, there's a fox tamer in here, too. I want to try and capture... Oops. I'm gonna try and capture the freaking fox archer here. Let's dispatch. Oof, that hurt. Okay, she's out of our way. Let's do a mana drain. Hey, you don't have mana, so you can't do anything. Slowly work her down. Stripped her, that's good. Do another mana drain. Pretty utility, mud girl. Bit squishy, but utility. Alright, I think she's in range. Do another mana drain. An attempt to capture. Hey, we got it, boys! And females. You found 100 mana shards, meditation scroll. Having a ranged specialist would complement your swordplay, Siri, says Yomi. Yes, says Siri. It was often like that in the adventuring party, Siri says. I stand there and take all the hits while they throw a volley of death from behind me. Not much has really changed. Has changed, really, says Siri. We have a specialist spellcaster sitting in the back while I take the blunt trauma, Siri says. You should have studied magic then, says Sylv. Sadly, Siri says, that wasn't an option. However, one of the things I should have learned while I was still training was archery. Why archery exactly, asks Sylv. Archery requires physical strength, says Siri. Since I have no talent for magic, that's probably my only option. Is there any reason why you couldn't learn new things now? Asks Yomi. You know what it's like, says Siri. Once you do something long enough, you don't really feel like doing anything else. Yes, says Yomi, but remember, you have all the time in the world to do other things. And Yomi was quite right. We do have all the time in the world to do other things. Alright, everybody. Since we have all the time in the world to do other things, I think I'm going to put off everything else in this dungeon till the next episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for some more Sakura Dungeon, everybody.